Hello and welcome back to our channel. Today Ezra and I are going to be doing a reaction video as Ezzy is settling into his relaxed pose to enjoy this content with us. We're going to be giving commentary on Cheere Denise, a fellow YouTuber, as she discusses some of the recent information that's coming to light surrounding the P Diddy case, specifically with regards to connections P Diddy has with Ashton Kutcher. And as we know, a lot of celebrities are getting caught up in this P Diddy situation. There's the Busby Law Group has 120 victims that are prepared to file lawsuits, but they're looking to settle first, so we may never hear about them. They may be quietly getting paychecks in the background, and these are not things that are going to hit the news. But there's a lot of that going on. A lot of these celebrities we know are getting caught up, whether they're in the headlines or not. But she brings up some very important information that I have been thinking about, for a long time, and never really, not just since last year when everything came to light about Ashton Kutcher and his wife Mila Kunis supporting that criminal child abuser Danny Masterson. It's actually been ever since I heard that he was connected to that woman who got murdered in Hollywood and was a witness that was supposedly his girlfriend at the time, was dating for several months, who ended up stabbed to death. And he was at her house and witnessed her lying in a pool of blood and claimed he said it was wine, which is why he went on to a Hollywood party that night and just continued partying like nothing happened. And I find that very suspect. It just does not ring true. There may have been a huge cover-up, because what we're hearing now with P Diddy, and seeing firsthand with the videos that are being released, there has been a massive cover-up. Now, one of the things as we hear her commentary is, things that we didn't really want to believe were often dismissed as conspiracy theories and just, not factual. But as more and more information is coming to light through these cases, we're learning that some of these things are factual. And Cheere Denise is very articulate. Her channel, she's always has good insights on things that are going on. She shares her own insights, and which I do as well. But when I watch a YouTuber like Cheere Denise just be saying everything out loud that I've been thinking, and she covers everything very thoroughly. So if you're not subscribed to her channel, definitely want to go check her out and subscribe, and you could hear the whole full discussion. I'm just going to do some excerpts here that are focused on the connection that, as she mentions, with Ashton Kutcher. So let's get started.
But the other story, and the one we're going to talk about today, is one that I find interesting because of what people aren't saying about it, and I don't know why. And that story is about Ashton Kutcher. And to me, you guys, conspiracy bells are ringing. Now, you guys know that I like a little bit of conspiracy, but I actually think that this is so inexplicably true that I almost wouldn't even say that it's a conspiracy theory. It's just that nobody's talking about it. So I'm like, am I the one that's crazy? All right, so listen. You guys remember in February 15th, 2017, Ashton Kutcher sat in front of Congress and gave the most rousing speech I have ever heard.
My day job is as the chairman and the co-founder of Thorn. We build software to fight human trafficking and the sexual exploitation of children. And that's our core mission. My other day job is that of the father of two, a 2-month-old and a 2-year-old. And as part of that job that I take very seriously, I believe that it is my effort to defend their right to pursue happiness and to ensure a society and government that defends it as well.
I don't know why that lady's smiling behind him.
For so many is stripped away. It's abused. It's taken by force, fraud, or coercion. It is sold for the momentary happiness of another.
And I remember when I saw it, I remember thinking, thank God we have some men in this world who are willing to go out and protect the women and children.
Let's just stop right there, because as a mandated reporter, one of the things that I've learned in all the trainings that I've gone through is that's what these child predators do, is they often try to establish themselves in position of authority in exact opposite types of professions that you would expect somebody who to do these evil deeds would be in, like physicians and coaches and teachers, and they try to get close to anywhere where there are children. And that's why you hear in situations like involving celebrities, we had a huge scandal involving the Oprah Winfrey child school that allegations had come up, and and other huge cases, that aren't necessarily as well known, but the training that I've taken as a mandated reporter has really shown me that these people are calculated in their manipulations to get into these positions, specifically so they could target and abuse these young children. And that is what's making me very much wanting to share the information that Cheere Denise is bringing to light, in the hopes that more and more people will also bring to light on this terrible practice that seems to be widespread and ongoing, and not just behind closed doors in somebody's personal home, but now it's in the corporate boardrooms of these powerful companies, not just connected with the music industry, but with these powerful celebrities throughout Hollywood. So let's hear her discuss it right now.
He'd come to Congress to talk about his company and the necessity for funding for this company and others like it who were going after these predators, and that, the darkness and the sickness that's out there, and that we have got to go in like surgeons and extract these disgusting people from society who are preying on our children, right? So it's the most rousing thing you've ever seen. And I, from that point on, was like, Ashton Kutcher, you're my man. Like, I loved that he was doing that. I loved that he was using his name for something powerful.
Seems like he fooled
I loved
everyone.
that he was using his money and his resources and his know-how to do something that was helping society. And
or
so
to get
I always
access
had
to those
super favorable
abused children.
feelings about Ashton Kutcher after that. And then last year, inexplicably, he decided to support his friend, Danny Masterson. Now, it's not inexplicable that he'd want to support his friend, but in the face of the evidence that Danny was a rapist, it seemed wild that he would keep being like, I gotta be faithful to this friend, I gotta be faithful to this friend. And not just him, but his wife, Mila Kunis, who was also on that 70s show with Danny. They both wrote letters to the judge about Danny's character. Well, the gangs came for them with the pitchforks and the torches, being like...
Just to stop right there, because, one of the things with P Diddy, the powerful connections that kept these crimes covered up. And for Hollywood, to be connected to this, you don't always know, because what the allegations in the P Diddy case are revealing is that people, even at the highest level within, whether it be a city government, it could be a mayor, it could be a coroner, it could be a police officer, it could be, any person in any of these professions could also be corrupted, or they could be blackmailed and bribed. And that's what we're learning in P Diddy, the level of corruption and blackmail and extortion. And, this is the P Diddy case. It's not just a single or 120 individual cases. It's a federal case. It's a crossing state lines, crossing federal lines, crossing country boundaries, involving it's international as well. And we know P Diddy had homes in Belize, and it's all connected to what's been going on for decades in Hollywood. And so some of these threads are just unraveling a little more. But all the celebrities are running and hiding and trying to pay off these lawsuits behind the scenes so their names don't get brought to the light. And what I appreciate is Cheere Denise is bringing one of these names to light from her perspective, and I'm trying to amplify that message. Let's continue.
What are you talking about? He's a rapist, And so Ashton Kutcher was roundly dragged through the mud for supporting Danny. And it's shocking that he would, because considering what he did as his day job, it would seem to me that he would know the signs of a predator and that he would not support that. Well, I guess so many people were upset and indignant that he would support Danny that he just sort of quit his day job, as he referred to Thorne, and stepped down and wrote this letter to the board and was like, I can no longer be associated with this company because of my egregious errors in supporting this former friend of mine. And I guess I just can't tell anymore who is the bad guy.
Stopping again only because the fact that she's bringing up he sent a letter to resign from the board, chairman of the board. He was at the highest level of that organization, as I understand it. And so, typically, and right now, you're noticing a lot of corporate executives are stepping down from positions of power throughout Hollywood. And most people recognize that that's not voluntary in most cases. Now, they may write these letters and, say they want to spend more time with family or make up whatever reasons that they give to save face, because at that point, these corporations, these other board members, they knew or know. These are operations that may be continuing with or without him as the, figurehead at the top. And so all they do is they try to distance themselves from the one who's the spotlight's being shown on as being potentially involved in criminal organizations. That's why you're seeing all these corporate CEOs and high-level executives supposedly stepping down, and a lot of Hollywood celebrities are now getting divorced, so that if either one of the partners gets caught up in these lawsuits and scandals, that they can claim that they're no longer together, such as Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck, which is Jennifer Lopez has clear ties to P Diddy with the nightclub shooting, and also the Prince Harry and Meghan. There's rumors about them getting divorced, and it's becoming obvious that Jay-Z and Beyonce are next in line to be separated, because many people are speculating that they're so caught up with P Diddy that there's likely to be lawsuits against them in the future as well. According to Jaguar White's allegation, they are worse than P Diddy. So, a lot of Hollywood is, running for cover right now. As I understand it, some of these lawsuits are being settled quietly behind the scenes. It is definitely, people call it a cash grab, but it's a cash grab, with the attorneys as well. And they are, taking advantage of that. So many of these cases are just going to be swept under the rug. We're all hoping that these celebrities will be named, but I highly doubt it, because these are such powerful people that have corporate backers that would, help them resolve the cases, I'm sure, to preserve the brand. And, if you start seeing celebrities putting their homes on the market, that's a sure sign that they're looking for some cash and maybe to pay off some of these settlements. But we'll keep an eye on that. Let's continue.
It was just weird to me, because I thought, you need to step down from the board of this worthy company. You're going to step down because you made an error in judgment concerning a friend of yours. I mean, I think most of us could at least say, okay, maybe open your eyes a little bit, okay? Because there's a lot of evidence that this guy was no good. Right? So I remember thinking, that's weird. And now, finding out that his relationship with Diddy is such that he was friends with him for 20 years and went to all of these parties with him. And we know this because he said that he was at parties he can't even speak about. He could not even share the things that had happened. I'm sure you guys have all seen this clip.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. So, I can't tell that one either. I'm like actually cycling through them. There was one moment, so it's not really a party story, but our relationship was really bizarre. So it started over punked, because he was like, yo,
don't punk me.
Can't punk me. And I was like, I don't know what to tell you. Everybody's on the table. He's like, not me, I'm off the table. And so that started our conversation. We became fast
Very
friends.
suspect, right?
And we used to just hang out, watch football together.
So,
I don't always have one.
am I correct? Why are you not able to tell us what was going on? And if it had just been like some wild partying and there's been some drinking going on and some drugs, I mean, it's like, what celebrity isn't drinking and on drugs, right? And I think most of us would be like, well, Hollywood's a crazy place. But Diddy was involved in human trafficking. The very thing that Thorne was supposed to be making sure that you weren't doing, and they were going after the predators. Now hear me out when I say this, my friends, okay? Allegedly is what I say to all of this, okay? But this is my thoughts and feelings and wonderments, and this is where conspiracy begins. For somebody to have a friendship for 20 years with Diddy, a close friendship, not one where they kind of saw each other sometimes at award ceremonies and were like, fist bump, you know what I mean? Like real friendship at all the parties, constant pictures. I mean, he was everywhere with Diddy. They were like this. It's not like he didn't know what Diddy was up to.
Let's pause right there. You get the picture. She knows that there's a connection with Ashton Kutcher that he's not sharing. He's involved in this criminal activity, and this is going to come to light. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.